Welcome to my journey through one of Europe's best kept secrets, North Macedonia. A country that 80% mountains filled with pristine lakes, hidden hiking trails, charming villages, and some of the warmest, most welcoming people I've ever met. Most people only visit Skopje, and I think that's a disservice to the country, as there's so much more to discover beyond just the capital. Over 9 days I explored this breathtaking country mostly with locals, diving deep into the culture, food, and off-the-beaten-path destinations that truly define what makes Macedonia so special. My goal with this video series is simple: to shine a light on the beauty, authenticity, and the raw adventure this country has to offer. After my stop in Matka Canyon, I continued south, toward a lakeside town I barely heard of before this trip, Struga. I planned to stay a couple of nights. I ended up staying 8, because something about this place just felt right, and I spent a lot of time at a lake that looked like the ocean. And somewhere between the breakfast stews and the riverside cafes, I fell in love with a slower way of life. This is episode 2 of my journey through North Macedonia, and this is the story of how Struga quietly stole my heart. Struga is a small town in the southwest of North Macedonia, perched on the edge of Lake Ohrid, one of the oldest and clearest lakes in the world. It's just 10 minutes from Ohrid airport and about 15 minutes from the well-known town of Ohrid. Struga is often overlooked, and that's part of the magic. It's where the Black Drim River flows out of the lake, cutting straight through the heart of the town, with cafes, restaurants and walking bridges lining both sides. It's a small town, around 15,000 people. It's smaller than Ohrid, quieter, but also more local, more lived in, and a lot less touristy. It's a place where you don't have to go far to find beauty. You'll find lakeside beaches right in town where people swim before breakfast and sip coffee barefoot on the shore. The pace here is slower, the prices cheaper than most of Europe, and the people some of the warmest I've ever met. Struga may not be famous yet, but for those who want to travel differently, it's exactly the kind of place that stays with you. And the architecture, distinctly Balkan. Stone walls, colourful balconies, hints of Ottoman history, and always a story waiting around the next corner.
What is this? I've never seen this in my life.
I was lucky. In Struga I didn't just visit, I stayed with locals. They welcomed me into their home like I was family. Our morning started slow, usually on the terrace, usually with coffee, and always with a view. My first breakfast, a rich fish stew. Yes, fish stew for breakfast. And it was delicious. This is where I started my daily mission. Learn at least 1 or 2 Macedonian words a day. From zdravo to vala to ciao, every new word came with a story and usually some food. There was no rush, no itinerary, just slow mornings, good conversations, and a lot of local flavour. Staying with locals changed everything. It grounded me here. It made Struga feel less like a destination and more like a home. One of Struga's biggest surprises, you don't need to leave town to find a beach. Versus Beach and Izgrev Beach are both right on the lake. Peaceful, public, and perfect for a morning swim or an afternoon cocktail. You'd come here for a coffee, to cool off or just sit by the water and do absolutely nothing. The lake itself, clear, calm, surprisingly warm in June. If I didn't know better, I'd swear we're on a Greek island. If you're here on the weekend, make time for the local Struga market. It's not huge, but it's packed with flavour. The fruit here, massive, juicy, ridiculously fresh. I picked up some strawberries and cherries that tasted like summer in a single bite. Visit on a Saturday morning for the best local produce. It's a small thing, the market, but it's exactly the kind of local moment that makes Struga feel alive.
Managed to get some fresh cherries. Apparently it's quite known and very delicious. Try it out later. Yeah? Pleasant walk.
Just a short drive from town, maybe about 5 kilometers, lies one of the most peaceful, unexpected gems on the lake, Kališta Monastery. You won't find tour buses or selfie sticks here. In fact, we had the whole place to ourselves. The monastery had 2 parts, and the first one feels like it was from another world, a 13th century cave church built directly into the cliffs. You climb a short staircase into the rock and suddenly you're in this dim, sacred place. Ancient frescoes on the wall, candles flickering, silence so complete you can hear your breath. Across the path is the second part, the main church of the monastery. From the outside it looks fairly modern, but step inside and it's a whole different story. The interior is absolutely stunning. Rich frescoes, golden icon, and the church is dedicated to the Nativity of the Virgin Mary. Kališta isn't flashy, it's not on any must-see list, but it's the kind of place that stays with you, quietly, powerfully. It reminded me that travel isn't just about what you see, it's about what you feel. Just a 5-minute walk from Kališta, you'll find the beach area next to Hotel Izgrev. While the hotel itself is private, the beach bar is open to the public, and it's a real gem. It feels a bit more polished, beach lounges, excellent coffee, and a clean, almost resort-like aesthetic. But the vibe is still unpretentious, locals and visitors mix in the best way. The water here was surprisingly warm for early summer, and the views looking across the lake toward the mountains were just spectacular. Lake and a beach, gotta love it. Yeah, I think skip Greece, come here and just have a nice relaxed time on the lake in Macedonia. Beautiful. Looking back, Struga wasn't where I expected to feel so at home, but that's exactly what happened. It's not flashy, it doesn't try to impress you, but that's what makes it special. There's this rhythm to life here, slow, grounded, social. People take their time, they sit, they talk, they live outside. And it's not just the views, though they are quite stunning. It's the feeling of being part of something local, even just for a moment. In Struga, you don't need to drive to the beach, it's right in town. You don't need a packed itinerary, just a coffee and a view. If you're planning a trip to North Macedonia, don't skip Struga. Come for the lake, stay for the people, and let this little town surprise you like it did me. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and let me know if Struga is now on your list. Next up, I'll leave the lake behind and head into the mountains, where things get wild, remote and breathtaking. Until next time, keep exploring.
I think